What Canada would lose and gain. What Canada would lose. Canada's progressive identity, particularly its leadership in LGBTQ+ rights, gender equality, and universal healthcare, would be at risk. Under Trump-like leadership, policies such as gender-affirming care and climate action could be undermined or outright repealed, as these are seen as costly or ideologically opposed to conservative priorities. Canada would lose its ability to make independent decisions on key policies, from immigration to healthcare. As a US state, Canadian policies would be subject to federal US law, often determined by ideological swings in Congress or the presidency. Ottawa would no longer be the centre of Canadian decision-making. Cultural distinctiveness. The strong cultural identity that defines Canada, multilingualism, Indigenous reconciliation, and its peaceful international reputation, could be diluted or overshadowed by a larger, more polarized American identity. Environmental leadership. Canada has made significant progress in environmental protection and climate action. As a United States state, it would likely be forced to adopt weaker environmental policies, as deregulation and prioritization of fossil fuels are common under Trump-like administrations. Universal healthcare. Canada's cherished healthcare system could be replaced by the privatized, market-driven United States model. While some may gain access to cutting-edge medical technology, many Canadians would face higher healthcare costs and inequalities in access. Indigenous rights and reconciliation. Indigenous sovereignty and reconciliation efforts could be undermined. The United States has a different and often less protective approach to Native American rights compared to Canada's more inclusive policies. Inclusivity and gender identity rights. Gender identity protections, which are enshrined in Canadian federal law, could be eliminated or reduced. Under Trump-like leadership, conservative ideologies often oppose the progress made on these rights, leaving vulnerable populations exposed to discrimination. Gun control. Canada's strict gun laws would likely be replaced with more lenient United States regulations, potentially increasing gun violence and shifting societal norms. Canada's role as a neutral, peace-seeking nation would be overshadowed by US global policies, which often involve interventionist foreign strategies. Canada would gain access to a larger pool of resources and opportunities. This could mean more jobs, better healthcare, and improved infrastructure. However, it's important to consider the potential loss of cultural identity and political autonomy. Canadian businesses would gain unfettered access to the massive US market. This could boost industries like manufacturing, agriculture, and technology. However, these gains might favor large corporations over average citizens. As part of the United States, Canada would benefit from the protection of the most powerful military in the world. This would reduce defense costs and increase national security. Joining the United States would increase Canada's access to global power structures. It would have a say, albeit limited, in decisions made by a global superpower, potentially amplifying its voice on the world stage. Canadians would have unrestricted access to United States jobs, particularly in industries where wages are higher, such as tech and entertainment. The US federal government could invest heavily in Canadian infrastructure, including roads, pipelines, and urban development projects, to align them with American systems. Adopting the US dollar could simplify trade and travel. However, this would come at the cost of Canada's monetary policy independence. Defense of resource interests. The United States would likely prioritize extracting and protecting Canada's rich natural resources, potentially benefiting industries like oil and mining. However, this would be controversial and environmentally costly. A net trade-off. Canada would trade much of its freedom to define its own identity and values for the economic and military benefits of being part of a superpower. However, the costs to social progress, environmental sustainability, and cultural distinctiveness could outweigh the economic gains. Key question: would the economic benefits and military protection be worth sacrificing the freedoms Canadians hold dear, such as universal healthcare, gender equality, and the ability to define their own policies and culture?